What's up everybody, I am Jaspreet Singh and welcome to the Minority Mindset. Growing up in an immigrant family in America definitely shapes you in a unique way. Remember, our experiences shape the way that we look at the world and our beliefs. You've heard me say it. My family comes from a small state in India called Punjab, so I always saw a blend of cultures when I was growing up, but what does that mean? Well, for starters, according to the kids in my class, I didn't have a normal family. According to them, a normal family meant that you had a mom and dad and maybe a sibling or two living at your house. For me, my house was me, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my grandfather, my grandmother, my uncle, my aunt, and maybe their kids all living together under one roof. My classmates would talk about how they didn't like sharing a room with their sibling, and I was always like, what? Sharing a room? Why is that such a big deal? I share a bed with my brother and it's so much fun. At nighttime, you get to both go under the blanket and turn it into a fort, and you can talk until you fall asleep. I guess it's all perspective, right? When all the kids in my class brought peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in their Power Rangers lunchboxes, I brought a plastic bag, and I would have my pulke, which are the Indian version of tortillas wrapped up in aluminum foil, and I had a separate container with my sabji, which are cooked vegetables, and every time I opened it up, I always got the same reaction. Ew, what's that smell? Smells delicious, right? You want some? After lunch, I had to make sure that I brought my plastic bag and aluminum foil home because wasting money is like the worst thing that you could do. Just like that, if there's 8 of us that are going to the Gurdwara, our Sikh place of worship, why should we take 2 cars that pay double the gas when we could just take 1 car and 1 person could sit in the trunk and 2 of us can sit on people's laps? And I didn't have super strict rules like a bedtime or other things like that. My rules were get good grades and stay out of trouble or else. That or else got me a lot of street cred on the playground because when kids would talk about how their parents punished them, your boy always had the most interesting stories. Oh, your parents yelled at you. Well, my mom grabbed a jutti or a chappal and then if I came home with the B from school, oh man, it was like the world was gonna end. First my parents would find out, and then my grandparents, even though they didn't really know what that meant, and then my uncle and auntie, and then I'd be talking to my family in India 2 weeks later and they'd be like, I heard you got a B on report card. Well, the other kids in my class would get a party if they came home with straight B's. So my definition of normal was always pretty different, and you know what? I loved it. It was always so much fun, and looking back it makes for so many funny stories, but there were some parts that weren't so easy. Looking different and being different also meant that it made me an easy target for bullies, especially after 9/11. I was called Osama bin Laden on the daily, and when I told them that I was a Sikh, they would knock the books out of my hand and shove me to the ground. I always had kids trying to yank off my turban. I've been spit on, and I've been at school assemblies where the guest speaker came out and made fun of my turban in front of the entire school, so I had to sit there while hundreds of kids pointed and laughed. I've always been really close to my grandparents, and it's kind of funny because my grandfather was always this really tough guy, and he always told me that I needed to stand up for myself, and if somebody hits me, I need to hit back. My grandmother is the opposite. She's the sweet and loving one, and she always told me don't fight back, it's okay, just be a nice person. I always took my grandmother's advice, partially because I was a weak little kid, plus I didn't really like the concept of fighting, so I never did anything, and I didn't want to say anything mean because that would be mean and I didn't want to hurt their feelings. It really sucked at the time, but going through it taught me so many invaluable life lessons. The reason so many people struggle to pursue their dreams or do something different is because they always keep thinking, oh my god, what will people think if I do something different or if I start over? It might not seem like a big deal, but the majority of people would literally prefer to go to a job that they hate, where they're barely getting by, and be miserable for 45 years than spend a few years being uncomfortable trying to do something that they're actually passionate about because what will other people think? But when you've always been different, who cares what people think? That's nothing new. People have been telling me I'm different since I was in kindergarten. The only difference between now and then is now when you make fun of me for being different, I get paid. Not so bad anymore. Just like everything else in the world, it's all what you make it. Growing up in an immigrant family could be the worst thing in the world, and you know what? It is for a lot of people. You can sit there and complain about how much it sucks to be different and how much it sucks to be bullied, and then that becomes your reality and that's all you get out of it, or you can embrace it and appreciate it and learn from it. Being bullied sucks. But guess what? It can also make you really tough and give you the confidence to do whatever you want later on in life because you've already been through it. It all starts with your mindset. At the end of the day, everything is what you make of it. Find the good in whatever you can. Your happiness and your success both start with how you look at things. You cannot live a positive life without a positive mind. What's up everybody? If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me. If you can relate, let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please share it with at least one friend so we can help spread the word. And every single week we release new videos on entrepreneurship, business, and money, so don't miss them. So make sure you hit that subscribe button below or hit this button right here, even if you're on your phone. Follow me on Snapchat and follow us on Instagram over here. And check out some of our latest videos by clicking these buttons below. And as always, keep hustling.